Hi guys, it's Naz from Hamilton and District Cricket League. Just wanted to go through entering scores online with you. Um, so I'm hoping this video is not too long, but I'll try to go as fast as I can. So first off, let's hit login on our website and login with Facebook. Okay, so takes me to the page for my club. Let me hit schedule. Um, and of course there are certain games which I entered here. You can also go through match and schedule, and it shows you the schedule of the entire league. If you notice, these admin action boxes, they only show up in a few places. All that means is anytime there's an Oakville game, the uh, box shows right next to that, and that is because I have rights to the Oakville uh, Cricket Club. If you were part of Hamilton, for example, or Crescent, then those boxes would only appear uh, on that row, and obviously that's because you're responsible for entering your own team's scores. Um, so let's get into one of these scorecards. Of course, these games haven't happened yet, so what I'm gonna do for the sake of showing you how to enter scores is I'll just go to one of the uh, past games, and I'm gonna pick this game. Um, so first of all, you have to click on admin action and match summary. Um, so here's an Oakville versus Crescent game which happened just last Sunday. Um, let's start with the top. Who won the toss? I think it was Oakville. Batting first was Oakville. Overs, I don't know why it always shows a different number here, but this was for a 40 over game. If you feel that it doesn't show 40 or 20, please update that. Okay, and then what we are entering here is from directly from your match card, which matches everything on here. So runs, I'm gonna say 190 for 6 in 34 overs. Um, Actually, what had happened was it rained for a good portion of the day, so the game was reduced by 12 overs, which was 6 overs aside. So there's a good place to go and change that number to 34. Um, so you know that it was the full inning was played. Um, and let's just go here, just checking my other computer for the scores. Okay, so it was 120 for 10 in 24.3. Okay, so those numbers are in. Umpire, uh, if I have not entered this information already, which I try to do that every Thursday when we find out who the umpires for the games will be. So all you do if you don't see anything in there is click on it, and it will display you a list of the umpires. So you just select the appropriate umpire, um, and then is the match abandoned or super over. Maybe in T20s you would need the super over function, so you can just select that. I have not experimented to what happens beyond that point, but when it happens, inform me, and we'll figure it out. Match summary, not very necessary, but we encourage you not to use this box to complain about anything. Uh, I would rather leave it blank. And of course, the match happened last Sunday, so I'm going to select match completed, and I'm going to hit save. Um, so it brings me on to this page where uh, you know just get like a basic idea of what happened. Um, what I'm gonna do while I'm here is just hit on this tab ball by ball, Um, so if you had scored uh, the game with the app, I'm guessing you would see some information here. I will be doing a test run one of these days and have get more get an idea of how the app works. But it's here if you want to download it and just play around with it. And like I said, if you had scored it with the app, then all of this information would be updated already, including charts, which would go to, you know, wagon wheel over by over. There's a lot of little stuff there. Uh, so let's go back to full scorecard. Um, and this is the page which uh, we came to in the first place, um, where it says upload match documents. If you happen to take a picture of the match card, um, or if you or if you have scanned it, then you can upload it here. That way, all the information is stored in one place. That would be a good idea to make use of that. But anyways, once you enter the match summary, you go back to the admin actions button and you select full scorecard. Okay, so here we are. Um, I'll just scroll down the page slowly so that you can see there was Oakville batting, Crescent bowling, Crescent batting, Oakville bowling. That's it. Everything is on one page. If you compare it to the previous program that we all used, you had to switch from one tab to another, and it was a little tricky. So anyways, I'm gonna start with these columns: buys, leg buys. Um, as a matter of fact, there were no buys or leg buys in the Oakville inning, so I'm gonna leave those blank. Uh, and I'm gonna go straight and click on the batsman link. Um, Basically, if you remember the other website, we actually had to type the last name and search for the player. Sometimes it would have a little bit of lag. It would not display names right away. Um, but this is actually not bad at all. So you can either click on that little arrow and pick a name. Oops, sorry. I have no idea why the names uh, repeat themselves. We'll figure that out. But for now, you can scroll down that list and pick Zaid Rahman, the opening batsman. The other thing that you can do is, instead of clicking the arrow, you can actually type the name of the person. And previously you had to type a person's last name, but actually this method is pretty easy. All I do is I'm going to type Nayaz, Niaz, and there you go. Hit enter. Um, it wasn't hard at all, um, and it's pretty much the same with everyone else. The next batsman is Saad Zafar, so I'm actually going to say something like ZAF, and there you go. Um, Essen was the next batsman, so this time I'm just going to type his first name, EHS, and enter. Um, Majid, enter. So you get a gist of it. Now I'm just going to go with 6, 7, and 8. It's Mohsin, Manik, and Amit, and let's see how long that takes. Oh, well, I got too ahead of myself, but IQB, enter, BHAN, enter, enter. So that wasn't bad at all. And then Kamran, Usman, and Imran. So there you go. Those names were entered pretty fast. Um, it's the same with this. I believe it's Excel based, but it's not bad. So I'm just gonna go BO for bold. Oh, B for bold. Okay. And this was bold, caught, caught, bold, not out, caught, not out, did not bad, did not bad, did not bad. So as you can see, pretty easy to enter that information in. Um, and of course, because this game was against Crescent, the Crescent players are already in the system, so you don't have to go to the other tab to enter their names and come back, you can actually just click on that box and select uh, the person's name. So I'm guessing this was Liaquat Awan, Sabar Awan, and one more catch was taken by Fahad Hassan. Okay, so there's that, and player 2 is the bowler. Uh, Again, this is not bad at all, so I'm gonna go Hafiz, Ali Hafiz, and Zishan Hafiz Nayazi. Hafiz, the not out batsman, doesn't get any names, and the last wicket was taken by Nayazi. Okay, so there's that information. The runs are also not bad. You just go 74, 5, 52. Alright, so the, that wasn't bad at all. I'm gonna enter this information, 81,774. I just have the scorecard open on another window, and that's why um, I'm going through with that. It's um, not that I'm not that good with my memory is not that good. So as you can see, it says 34.1 overs. So I guess somebody had an extra ball. So I'm just going to change that while my window's right there. I'm just going to change that to 7 to make sure those numbers don't cause an error. 8 fours and 3 sixes, 1 4, 1 4 and 3 sixes, and 1 and 1 and 1 4 right there. That's it. The batting order, the batting card is done. Uh, I wouldn't say it took too long. Um, Fall of wickets. I have no idea why they have a little box here. It doesn't make sense to me. I I would personally just enter 1-11, 2-142, 3-145, and so forth. Um, Again, I have no idea why this is done this way, but the website is pretty good. We give them feedback, they make the changes right away. So anyways, there's that information, and now I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bowler side. I'll just do the batting and bowling for one team, so we all know how this works. Okay, so for Crescent, again, I'm just gonna start typing the names. Sabar and Arshad, Sehrai, Niazi, Arsalan, Hafiz, Hassan. So those were the 7 bowlers used. 5.0, and 3.0. So there you go. That wasn't bad so far. Uh, Only one bowler had a maiden, and this should be easy too. 22, 30, 18, 39, 2, 4, 1, and 1, 3. Um, so there you go. That wasn't bad. Wickets is 0, 1, 0, 2. So I'm just gonna go 0, 1, 0, 2. 030. There you go. So there's that information. Um, Wides and no balls. So I'm just going to put that information in with two wides, 7 0 0 1 1 0. And actually there was one no ball. So um, if you remember right here, if you remember earlier we had this number was actually 34.0. It used to be 34.1 and then I fixed it by cheating a bit by taking a, a, a ball away from this batsman. But as you can see, as soon as I enter that no ball, which let me just delete that so you can see the difference. There you go. So you can see that that changed a little. So I'm just going to hit one no ball. Oops, one no ball for that bowler. So I did one no ball for that bowler, and that number changed again. So the balls faced is actually correct. It was 8 balls for that batsman. So everything worked out. Of course, I hope you all know that when a batsman faces a no ball, it counts as a ball faced. Um, so, anyways, there we go. There's that box, and all these numbers are entered here. Sorry, updated here by themselves. Um, just looking at the scorecard, they were actually uh, 11 wides and one no ball, so that information is correct. And also there were um, 4 leg byes and one bye. That's something that I had forgotten to do, so I'm gonna go 4 leg byes and one bye. So as you can tell, the score um, which is supposed to match everything is actually right. So 190.34 is good there, um, and 34 overs, and with those 5 extra runs and buys and leg buys, 185 totals up. So everything totals up on its own. There's no big deal. Um, so yeah, there's that stuff. Um, the I'm just gonna try to create some errors here. So let's say I type in my name Nasrullah Sayed and I hit enter. Of course, I'm not registered with Crescent, so as soon as I entered a name that does not exist in that club, it gave me a big red screen, red box. So there's a way of saying that if that name is not found, then you shouldn't be entering any fake name. You should contact Sabar or myself so that we can look into that matter. It probably just means that the player wasn't registered. Um, so yeah, you can just go ahead and select the batsman who actually batted, uh, and select how they got out. Uh, of course, like I said, the typing feature is so good that for this WKTKPR catch, if I actually just say KP, right? So they I don't know if you can see, but it highlighted KP there, and all I have to do is hit enter, and it uses that default. And we have all kinds of stuff, um, all kinds of dismissal, but maybe obstruction is not in here, and a couple of things might not be here, but again, I guess you can probably just hit a blank, or we can figure that out if that ever happens. Um, but anyways, yeah. So that's it. It's that simple. Everything can be typed in no time. And of course, you can go here at the end of the day and select your man of the match. You know, I understand that it shows a lot of names, but like I said, you can always just type something in there, um, and Is the match abandoned? Well, no, it was just a straightforward game. So all you do is hit validate. Of course, I haven't entered the entire scorecard, so it's gonna give you an error on this part. However, I just wanted to get to this part of the window so that you can see how the finished product looks um, compared to the old website. So as you can see, pretty similar to the old website, but there are your names, how out, you know, all the names are displayed in full. Um, I guess there's a long name, but there was no problem displaying it, and everything here is pretty good. It calculated the strike rate as well. Everything is listed well. So I personally believe that this does not take too long. I've been entering scores online for pretty much every game since we started using the older website, and I've spent a lot of time entering scores for myself and as favors for others. But this definitely is way easier than any previous versions that I have used. Um, all the information is displayed neatly, um, and of course, not to mention that you can click on a person's name and it will take you to their profile. Um, and this is pretty similar to um, the other the other um, website, but I believe like it has a little more detail. So uh, like for example, if I clicked on this, I like how it isolated that one thing. I don't know if it does anything else with it, but uh, you know at least uh, at least it's doing something funky. But anyways, back to um, the scorecard. This is how your finished product will look, and of course, all your stats will be updated once this is done. Um, and you just hit submit scorecard. Um, of course, right now I'm just gonna hit edit data and finish entering the rest of the scorecard. But the bottom line is all you have to do once that is done is hit submit scorecard, and that's it. Away she goes. Everything is updated. Everything takes care of itself, and uh, it shouldn't be much of an issue, I believe. I'm sure all of you who've seen this video till now have done and have entered scores online on the other website before, and you guys are gonna find this really easy. So I hope you all jump aboard and get everything done. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or Saber Awan, and we will try to answer your question as soon as possible. Uh, thanks for watching, everyone, and all the best scoring. Take care. Goodbye.